Find his tweet.
I
Hello.
tried it.
We're
It's not
live.
there. Hello,
Uh,
everyone. Welcome. It's the best day of the week. It's the best show of the week. It's Geeks of the Roundtable time. My name is Ren. I'm here with my co-host, as always, Zach Pope. How are you doing today, Zach?
it is a grand day here, man. It's another fucking day. No big moves topics. And then yesterday you go to bed, Ren,
Mhm.
and deadline and everyone decides, hey, we're gonna announce everything today. But yeah, no, man, it's fun. I mean,
Yeah.
every Saturday, this is our show, so
Yes, and it's the best day of the week. It's the day where we talk news, and you do have a few off the tops to bring up, don't you,
yes.
Zach?
Yes, actually more than I would have
All right.
expected because who knew? So right off the top, Shazam. Cruella is officially getting a sequel with the director and writer returning. No word on Emma Stone returning yet, but I'm assuming she's a must guy get in there. First off,
You hope so.
before we get to the Quiet Place news, Ren, what's your thoughts on Cruella?
Uh, Pretty much what you just brought up. Cool to see Craig back. Cool to see the writer back. Tom McNamara, I believe is his name. Curious that they don't bring up Emma Stone, who everybody, even people who do not like the movie, say, "Holy shit, she is amazing in this role," and she was. So rightfully
Yep.
so. It's weird that they bring this one. Cruella is one that I don't necessarily get excited about the idea of a sequel. I'm not against it, but I don't want to run into the trouble of, oh, it's just another 101 Dalmatians live action movie. I like Cruella. I think it works very well as just a solo movie, and eventually she becomes that quote unquote monster that we know. So I'm trepidatious, if that's the word. I don't think I've ever used it
Fair
before. I've
enough.
only heard it
Right.
before. But if they have the behind the scenes team back, it may very well work just as well as the first one did.
Yeah, I'll be honest. If the second I saw the news, I said I need to see if Craig's doing it. If Craig's doing it, I'm
Mhm.
gonna be okay with it because I feel like his direction was a part of it. Now, scriptwriter coming back,
Yes.
the script was my issue. The script was my issue with that film. I had issues with the script. So
Really? Okay.
yeah, I had some little small things with it, but I assume Emma Stone's gonna come back. I don't see why she wouldn't. But you know what
Mhm.
this shows me, Ren? The movie must have
What?
fucking killed on Premiere Access. The movie must have
Yes.
killed on
Yes.
Premiere Access because,
Mhm.
well, I don't know because the way I'm viewing it is like Mulan also got announced a sequel, but there was really no
They
word with
did?
that anymore. Yeah, but I think it was like before it actually came out.
Huh.
So like Jungle Book
Okay.
2 got
Okay.
announced too. That's never
Oof, we're
happening.
still waiting.
Yeah. So, yeah, dude, this is honestly like I'm excited for it. I'm happy and I'm gonna night it. I'm gonna night it because Craig's coming
All right.
back.
I'm nodding it too. A very low night, but a night nonetheless. Because if
Okay.
Emma Stone isn't back, I can still get
Oh
excited because of Craig. Craig is an amazing
yeah.
director,
But what
but if
story do you
Emma
do without
Stone is,
her? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Do you do
exactly. Like,
the next era of her age? But like, Emma,
I guess.
do you get Glenn Close back? Like
No, don't get. I mean, who
I'm
would
not
you
saying they
cast? Because
will.
you want, because if they do that, they want
It'd
someone
have to be
older
in
than Emma,
between.
but
Yeah.
someone younger than Glenn Close. Not younger than Glenn Close now, but younger than Glenn Close was back when those movies came
Honestly,
out.
I don't have anyone. I would just say Emma Stone. There's no reason to recast. I honestly,
Yeah,
if
I
they
agree.
had to recast, I would say there's no point in making the film.
Yeah, I'm
Seriously,
with you. It
there's
loses
zero
a
point
lot.
in making the movie. Yeah.
Is there,
So,
however, any other actress? Imagine Emma Stone had not taken this role. Is there any other actress you could see playing Cruella?
oh Jesus, man, that's a tough question because I
Because I rewatched
you
the movie
know
last night, and there
you
are
know
two people in that movie that could play Cruella at very different stages of life.
Emma Thompson. Are you saying?
No, I mean she would make an amazing older Cruella, no doubts
Yeah.
there. But yesterday, Zach, I watched a great movie. I didn't remember
Okay.
how great it was. I rewatched The Devil Wears Prada.
Oh, you're gonna say Emily Blunt.
I'm gonna say Emily Blunt and Meryl Streep.
Okay.
Like,
Both.
you
I haven't
watch
seen that
Meryl
movie yet.
Streep in that movie, that's Cruella, dude. That's fucking
Yeah,
Cruella right
She
there.
really is. Honestly, who was I gonna say? Fuck. Oh my god. Okay, I have one. Margot Robbie would be good. Honestly, you know who else? You know who else I think would actually have not
That's
been
a low
bad?
blow. That's a low blow. You know I'm not gonna say no to that.
I know, but my other one is Daisy Ridley. I think Daisy Ridley would have snatched that up.
She has the talent, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
But I've never seen her play
that's my point.
anything remotely
Yeah.
close to Cruella. So I don't know, but
Neither
the
have I.
idea of that is like, I will, even if it's not Cruella specifically, I'm now having this brilliant visual of, I want to see Daisy Ridley play a villain of some kind.
Yeah. And do you know who else that's why I wanted her to become bad, but that didn't happen. The other thing is Julianne Moore could play an older Cruella. I think she could fucking kill it.
Mhm.
And oh my god. Don't blink, Zach. Don't blink. I just have this other older actress in my mind. Oh my god.
Jacoby brings up Charlize Theron. She'd kill it.
That'd be good. Yeah, that'd be good. I don't fuck, I forgot the other one, but yeah, anyways, I'm going to night
You'll
it. I
remember
like
in
it.
time.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
I'll remember in the middle of my sleep. Okay, now the next news. Ryan went to bed in A Quiet Place 3. At first was announced and dated for 2023 in March. And then Deadline corrected itself and said, "Oh, it's not A Quiet Place 3, it's the spin-off that Jeff Nichols is directing." Which makes a lot more sense. I sat there and I was like,
Yes.
they didn't really have a date for it. It said 2022, but I'm like, there's no way it's coming out in 2022 now. So
Oh,
it's
before you
interesting.
continue, another good shout. Uma Thurman would also
That's
be
a
really
good-
good as Cruella, I
That's a
think.
really good one. That's a really good one.
And
So-
and she fits in between the Emma and Glenn.
Yeah, yeah. So the news comes out now. It's not a threequel. That is what it's confirmed. It is not the sequel to this. It is a spin-off. No title
It's
yet.
not part 3.
No, the story was created by John Krasinski. Jeff Nichols wrote the script. Now, people who don't know who Jeff is a fantastic writer and director. He is a great writer and director. Mud, Midnight Special, and Take Home or Take Shelter. I can't remember what it's called. Take Home.
Take Shelter. Take Shelter.
Take Shelter. Phenomenal. This guy, I'm being serious. If you're gonna get someone to come in and direct a Quiet Place sequel, you get Jeff Nichols, who really much a big part of his films is always relationships and family bonds and stuff like that. It's really fascinating. I don't know what the story is.
Yes, Take
I
Shelter.
kind of wish they would have announced what this spin-off is so I can get a little bit more excited. The only thing that gets me kind of hyped for this, Ren, is the fact that Michael Shannon will probably be in the movie and he's going to be in a Quiet Place film. That's at least my prediction. They work together on everything, dude. So that's the excitement from me.
There's one they didn't work together on that you forgot to mention.
Which one?
But he has another actor
Maybe I haven't
that I would
seen
love
that.
to see in a Quiet Loving, starring Joel Edgerton
Oh!
and Ruth Negga.
Dude, oh my god.
Yes.
How did I forget that he did that? That movie is phenomenal. Let me say this right now, guys. Ruth Negga, I can't remember who she was up against that year. Ruth Negga was the second best performance of the year. I'm pretty sure that's the year Emma Stone was nominated, but she was the second best performance of that year.
I don't even remember if she was
let me see.
nominated, but I think so, because
Ruth
it was
Negga was
2016.
nominated. She was nominated, I remember. Because that was so okay, it's 2017.
Let me just address. Oh, 2017. So it was up for
It was.
the 2018 awards. So she was against. Oh, dude, she was against Frances McDormand. No way she did.
I don't give a fuck. Give her the award. It was
I
up
would have
here.
given it to Sally Field.
Fuck. Give me a second.
Yeah, that was a tough year. That was a tough year. 2017 was my favorite year of the last decade. By the way, let me just address this.
Oh no, it is 27. It's 2017.
Okay.
Sorry, 2017.
Okay.
Oscar.
So Eric I'm assuming you haven't seen it, so if you haven't seen it, we'll be aware of spoilers and be respectful of those who haven't seen it. So don't worry
Yeah,
about
dude, I don't know how you
Quiet
still
Place
haven't
Part 2
seen that
spoilers.
Spider-Man is in the film. Like,
Poor guys from Canada, they haven't opened yet. He hasn't seen it. Our
yeah.
friend Amanda hasn't seen it.
Oh,
It's rough for them out there,
yeah,
unfortunately.
Emma Stone won this year. It was Natalie Portman, Isabel Huppert, Meryl Streep. So yeah, she did give the best second performance. I never saw Jackie with Natalie Portman though, so
I saw it. I didn't love the movie. Natalie
I heard
Portman
she's great.
is some kind of fantastic in that movie.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
well, yeah. I'm gonna. Can I nervously knight this one? I don't want to.
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
I'm gonna knight it. I'm gonna knight it just for the sake of Jeff Nichols. I think this guy's a really good director. He hasn't made a bad film, so you know. And I think
from
with
the ones
John
I've seen,
and it seems like John Krasinski is still very hands-on with it.
Yes.
So that makes me excited. Now, if we get like a Michael Bay or a director that I'm not familiar with, and then that's kind of where I'm going to get a little bit worried. Or a director that it feels like John Krasinski isn't a part of it anymore. Like when the guy took over for Creed 2, I was like, but then I find out Ryan Coogler hand-picked him.
Yeah.
Makes me a little bit okay with the idea of him moving over. So I'm going to knight it. What about you?
I'm nutting it too. Like you, I don't get too excited about the spin-off because I love the first one so much. I love the second one so much. I just want to see the part 3. I just want to see the conclusion of the trilogy. However, if you are going to do a spin-off, you grab onto a great director writer like Jeff Nichols. I'm like, okay, I'm interested. I'll be watching it. I'll be seeing it. I'll be there day one. Just in terms of what would get me more excited would be if they just announced finally a part 3. Because if you want to do like from first movie to second movie and continue it right away, you gotta step on those pedals, man. Because those kids are right at that age when 1 year makes total difference.
I'm gonna be honest. They're gonna do a time jump, not just for the sake of the kids. I actually think for the sake of the story, they should. Now, I was getting into arguments with people yesterday on Twitter because people were like, they shouldn't do a time jump, blah, blah, blah. There's so much left open. I'm like, but there really wasn't for me. It felt... I feel like the second film ends with less stuff open than the first one.
Yes.
Well, like the first one ends in a way that's pretty perfect, but the second one, again, ended in a way where I was like, even if they didn't make another one, I feel satisfied with where everything.
Yes. The second one, and again, careful of spoilers.
Yeah.
What you learn about the world in the second one and how it ends, you know exactly what's going to happen next. Like, when it cuts to black, you know what happens when it cuts to black. In the first one, it's very open. We know them. Okay, we can spoil the first one. In the first one, when she cocks that gun in, you're like, okay, they're going to fight the monsters. They are coming onto the house. They have nowhere to run. What's going to happen? Do they have a plan B? What's she going to do with the hearing aid on the microphone and on the speaker and whatnot? Like, the first one ends very open.
Are they going to use that for the future? Like, are they going to find people? You know what I mean? Like, there were so many questions that when the first one ended, I was... You know, I don't like the first one's ending. I like it a little bit more because of how 2 deals with it. I like it a little bit more now because of how 2 deals with it. I think it's a little... when I first saw it, I was like, this is a little too cheesy. Shh. I said that to my girlfriend, and she goes, I would do the same fucking thing. They know how to kill him now. I'm like, I get that, but like,
I like your girlfriend. I think, guys, and let me know what you think in the live chat. We should replace Zach with his girlfriend from now on.
Dude, I'm trying to convince her to do an Ask Me Anything live, but we'll see.
Nice,
dude. Yeah, no. But yeah, dude. So that's my thoughts on it. I will say I do think we will get one. I know, and I have a feeling on when. I think 2024. I think 2024, I think John Krasinski is going to do a back-to-back. I think he's going to do Imaginary Friends next year. And then right after, I think he's going to go into A Quiet Place.
All right. I mean, I hope so, dude. I need that third part away, ASAP.
Okay, so let me ask you this. If he doesn't end up directing it, who would you like to see direct it?
If Krasinski doesn't do the part 3?
Yeah. I think he still writes it, but... Directing wise, yeah.
Now,
I have an idea. I have someone, but
I have someone, and maybe I'll either feel even stronger about this or not so much after I see this person's next movie. You go first. You go first. Let me see what you say first, because
I
it
was
might
gonna say
change my mind.
I was gonna say Emily Blunt. She's never directed. If she's
That's exactly why I wouldn't say Emily Blunt.
John Krasinski never directed before.
He did. He did. He did.
Oh, he did that one shitty comedy though.
Yeah, but he got experience before. I'm not doubting Emily Blunt. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, because from the first movie, the second movie becomes much bigger, and this is that type of
Yeah.
movie that the third will become even bigger. I don't want Emily Blunt to
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
fall prey to a Simon Kinbergnism, that he produced all these X-Men films, and then his first directed movie
Is the
like the
finale.
conclusion to
Yeah.
it all, like the biggest
Okay.
movie possible. I don't think so.
enough.
I'm gonna
I just think it'd
say I'm gonna say someone who is hosting a Q&A of A Quiet Place with John Krasinski tonight at one of the
JJ.
theaters over here in London. No,
No,
Edgar
Edgar.
Wright.
Oh, Edgar. Oh, that'd be cool. I'd like that.
I
Are you going to the
I
Q&A?
I think
Are you gonna try and go to
no.
the Q&A?
I
now?
couldn't. I couldn't book tickets, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Well, like I said, I'm either going to feel even stronger about this or not so much after Last Night in Soho, because that is his first like dive into horror, and I haven't disliked any Edgar Wright film up until now, but it's
Now,
very different. So I want to
is-
see what he does in that genre.
Now I have a question. Is it possible the spinoff does tie in more than we think? What if the spinoff,
Yeah,
like, what if they show up? It could
yeah.
be a prequel.
I wouldn't say no to it.
You know, so let's see where
I
it goes.
think I would like to see a spin-off exploring,
I know what you're talking about.
not to spoil anything, the scene in the pier,
Yeah,
scene at
I
the
know what
dock
you're talking- yeah.
in the second movie. I want to see more of that.
Is it weird that I could see
exp-
Michael Shannon being a part of that though? Is like
No, not
There,
at all.
yeah. it's really hard not to
Not
talk
at all.
spoilers. It's really hard not to talk spoilers.
All right.
Let's
All right,
I'm
let's
gonna-
move
I'm
on
gonna
to
knight
our-
it, though.
Yeah, I'm nighting this too. Let me just type a message in. We're dressing off the tops. All right, let's move on to our first main topic, and that is
And why
the
is it why
Jupiter's
Bruno's
Legacy.
sending us a hitman?
Oh, by the way, Bruno just talked about it. So we're both receiving 2 items, I think.
We
And
have
she
no
wants
idea.
us to she wants us to unbox it on the show. We have no idea what
Okay.
it is. She got it from me. She got it from you. They're coming from Tijuana, Mexico.
What if
so
it's a-
I really, it's
Yeah.
tequila. It's the Rock's tequila. Oh God. I
No,
want it.
what if
Okay, I
it's
want
like
it.
what if it's like dog shit? You can send dog shit to people.
She wouldn't do that because I live in the same home as her. So if she does that, I'll just throw it in her bed.
True. That's a good point because no matter what it is, if you don't like it and it's something that's gonna
Exactly.
scare you, you're just gonna throw it at her. Okay, fair enough.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sure it's something awesome.
No, I'm
I don't
excited.
doubt it.
I'm excited.
All right.
I need
Let's
to tell
move
my
on to
mom
our
then because my mom loves opening packages, so she'll fucking open it and then I'll.
Oh, so your mother will open it on the show because she wants us to open it on the show.
No, dude, I'll come home and she'll be like, "Oh, I opened everything." I'm like, there was one time I got a press box and she opened it all, took everything
Oh
out
my
and
God.
put it out, and then she goes, "Look what came in the mail." I'm like, "Did that come in a box?" And she goes, "Yeah." I was like, "I was supposed to unbox that."
All right. Let's officially move on to our first official topic. And before we do, let's say hello to our good friend Jack Alexander, Jico BP, Tyler Van, Eric Thorpe, Andrew H. Sucked is here too, Demonician Scott, and of course, official Fimmelin. I hope I pronounced that right. And Bruna as well. Thank you all for being here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our first topic, Jupiter's Legacy, over on Netflix, has been canceled. Kind of. It's a very weird decision they made. This wasn't just, it's canceled, it's gone, it's done. So, what they're going to do, from what they spoke, is they're pushing this show to the side. They're adapting another one of Mark Millar's comic books called Super Crooks. Never heard of it. I don't know what it is. But apparently it's going to be set in the same universe. They're releasing the actors from Jupiter's Legacy off their contracts. And they're continuing the show. It's apparently, again, it's in the same universe. And they say they will get back to Jupiter's Legacy eventually. Now, to this I say, ladies and gentlemen, bullshit. Just cancel it. If you're going to cancel it, just cancel it. Look, I know Josh Duhamel looks amazing for his age, but he still is 49 years old. The guy who played
Walt.
the guy who played Walt, he's over 50 at this point. They should just either cancel the show or continue it. I think it's a very confusing, a very dumbfounded decision to do what they're doing, especially with the releasing actors off their contract part. Zach, what do you think about this? Were you surprised in any way? How do you feel?
Why did they even have to say that they're releasing their contract? Just fucking cancel the show. Are they recasting them? You know what I mean? Honestly, it's fucking weird. I didn't love the show. Like, I liked aspects of it. The more I thought about it, the less I liked it. But I will still contend the best episodes are those final two. They're great, and that's where the show finally hit its stride. And I said, okay, maybe. Do you need to fix that?
Yeah, I'll fix it off camera. Just continue, please.
Okay. But yeah, I was kind of a little bit like, okay, so you're not canceling, you're not, because I get why Netflix is doing this, because Mark Millar, they bought like all of the rights to his comics, but to me, like, I don't care about Jupiter's Legacy. They have the rights to Kick-Ass. Do a Kick-Ass series. You don't just reboot that. There's a rebooted version of that comic right now that is pretty fucking good, honestly. And I feel like that is something that I would rather see than something else in this universe if it's not the story they already set up. Super Crooks. So cool. It's going to take place in the same universe, and it's just going to be boring again. I don't know. I'm not excited for this whatsoever. And just, it's weird how they canceled it. Like, just say, yeah, we're not going to make a season 2. That's it. Unless, like, I don't know. Damn, you fixed that fucking fast.
It was just putting things up.
Okay.
No
Who
biggie.
fell
I'm
first?
way too
What
used
happened?
to it.
Did you hit something?
I think it was Thor that fell back and then pushed the artwork of Infinity War forward, and then just pushed everyone forward.
What did that, though?
Yeah. I think it was Thor, because he's standing
No,
over
I know, but
artbook.
Why did Thor do that? Did someone push it?
I don't know. It was a ghost, probably.
Yeah, you know what came out this week? The Conjuring, so it makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Well, last week for me.
Well, fuck you, you know.
For everyone in the UK, not just me. For everyone in the UK.
I know. Which is weird. Again, why release it? Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. Fast 9 is already on fucking pirated websites. Stop it. So stupid, man.
But I'm with you. By the way, guys, I stepped off camera, but I could still hear everything. I'm with you, Zach. It's just cancel it. Either go full throttle with it one way or the other.
Why do you have to give all the? Why do you have to release them? That's just like, weird.
The show didn't do good numbers. It wasn't received particularly well. We know
$200 million, and it didn't. I don't know where that $200 million went. Where did that 200 go? Where did it go? I cannot tell you.
Apparently, the production was chaotic. The original showrunner, Stephen DeKnight, who showran my favorite TV show of all time, he left out halfway through creative differences.
Oh,
and I don't know, dude. But again, it's one of those things.
Holy shit!
Yeah, he speaks.
That makes.
He's speaking very openly about it on Twitter.
You know what's funny? I feel like all the good ideas were probably his.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. This dude has worked for years. I know. Look, what I'm about to say. Do you think
they went back and reshot stuff?
I know there were reshoots, but I don't know if they were like massive or just like
we'll never know.
The normal amount. Yeah,
we'll never know.
Because Steven, I know what I'm about to say doesn't sound good nowadays, but just take into consideration the work of these people, not their personal mistakes and their asshole attitudes. But Stephen S. Knight, he came into Hollywood as a protege of Joss Whedon back in the day, back in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer days. He wrote for Buffy. He wrote for Firefly.
He's
he
better
wrote
than
for
Joss
Angel.
Whedon.
As a person, apparently, yes. But yeah, this is a dumbfounding decision. This is a go straight to the dungeon
it's
right
just
away.
Weird. Well,
it's dumb.
Honestly, I just think I'm not even gonna Night or Dungeon. It's a weird. It's
All
just a weird one. Netflix does this though. They'll can't like Glow confirmed final season. Oh, we're not gonna do it. What do you mean you're not going to do one of your best rated shows?
But Glow is even worse because they had already shot it. Like, the show was done. They did the show. They're just not releasing it, which is...
Well, no. They didn't finish the season. They only finished the first 2 episodes.
Oh, just the first 2? I thought it was a majority.
No, but they had everything done, and the whole cast said they would just come back. And then, you know what I'm worried about now? They renewed Atypical. I don't know if you've ever seen that show. It's so cute, so charming. Really, really charming. They renewed it for a final season. Nothing.
Oh, wow.
So.
All right. Let's move on to our second topic. And now this is a lot to unpack. We're going to have a long read about it. I unfortunately cannot bring it up to the screen. Okay. I can't bring it up to the screen, but it's worth a read. Now, if you're not caught up on Kim's Convenience, there will be one small mention of a storyline that's introduced in season 5, which has now hit Netflix everywhere, at least in the States and here in the UK. It has hit Netflix, and Simu has finally spilled the tea on what brought about the cancellation of this incredible, adorable show. So, let's start this off, shall we? The show can't be saved, Leo wrote. Lou. It's pronounced Lou, I apologize. It was not cancelled in a traditional manner, i.e. by a network after poor ratings. Lou, who plays Jung Kim in the series, also said he is resentful of all the circumstances that led to the one non-Asian character getting her own show, alluding to the spin-off series Strays, based on Nicole Powers' character Shannon, Jung's girlfriend, that the Kim's Convenience producers are currently developing. So, right away, they canceled this wonderful, very successful show, and they're full throttle onto a spin-off with a one non-Asian character. Nothing against it. Simu Liu has nothing against it, from what you'll see in a bit, but it's very fucking bad optics. Let's continue. I love and am proud of Nicole, and I want the show to succeed for her, he wrote, and not that they would ever ask, but I will adamantly refuse to reprise my role in any capacity. Lou said Lou said he wanted to make a 6th season, but had heard speculation that due to his starring role in Marvel's Shang-Chi and The Legend of the Ten Rings, he was considered too Hollywood for Canadian TV. Now, put this up as one of the worst takes of all time. This could not be further from the truth, Lou wrote. I love this show and everything it stood for. It's truly so rare for a show today to have such an impact on people, and I wanted very badly to make the schedules work. He also compared his series to fellow CBC crossover Schitt's Creek, stating that the actors on his show were paid an absolute horse poop rate even after it became a success. Compared to shows like Schitt's Creek, who had brand name talent with American agents, but whose ratings were not as high as ours, we're making nothing, Lou said. We also never banded together and demanded more, probably because we were told to be grateful to even be there, and because we were so scared to rock the boat. Maybe also because we were too busy infighting to understand that we were deliberately being pitted against each other. Far from being afforded the opportunity to help develop their characters, the lead actors on Kim's Convenience were often told that the next season's plans just days before shooting, he said. Our producers were overwhelmingly white, and we were a cast of Asian Canadians who had a plethora of lived experiences to draw from and offer to writers, Lou wrote. I can appreciate that the show is still a hit and is enjoyed by many people, but I remain fixated on the missed opportunities to show Asian characters with real depth and the ability to grow and evolve. Lou said that aside from Ince Choi, who developed the original play Kim's Convenience and serves as an executive producer and developer on the TV series, there were no other Korean voices in the writers' room, adding that Choi did not do enough to be a champion for other East Asian voices. The actor disclosed his attempts to contribute to the show creatively, noting he sent Choi spec scripts and early cuts of short films he had produced. My prior experience had taught me that if I just put myself out there enough, people would be naturally inclined to help, and boy was I wrong there. Lou added, I wasn't the only one who tried. Many of us in the cast were trained screenwriters with thoughts and ideas that only grew more seasoned with time, but those doors never opened to us in any meaningful way. In a separate social media post, Lou said that the actors had hoped to produce a 6th season of the series. This was something we pushed for but were clearly unsuccessful at, he said on Twitter. Hence, huge slap in the face for us when producers claimed they couldn't find anyone to fill the showrunner's shoes. In its Facebook post, Lou honored the series' phenomenal day-to-day crew who contributed to a positive work environment and lamented not being able to watch the show's characters grow. I'm incredibly saddened that we will never see Jung and Appa reuniting, that we will never watch the Kims. And this is the small spoiler, so if you want, mute it right now and I'll lower my hand when the spoiler is done. That we will never watch the Kim's deal with Uma's MS or Janet's journey of her own self-discovery. Lou wrote, I am still touched by the volume and veracity of our fans, and I still believe that what the show once stood for. A shining example of what can happen when the gates come down and minorities are given a chance to shine. Zach, clearly there's a lot to unpack here. A lot of unfortunate to unpack here. How are you feeling about this? How has your mind changed from the moment we knew this was canceled and now about these very problematic, to say the least, revelations about why the show was canceled?
Good on fucking him, man. Good on him. Good on him. Because here's the thing. There were dumb rumors going around that it was him, and it wasn't. I mean, we knew it wasn't, but there was just stupid people that believed that, and it wasn't. It's heartbreaking. I'm not caught up on the show. I'm not caught up on the show. I've only watched the first 2 seasons, but I love it. And this is the show that should have at least gotten one more season. One more. Just to finish it. It just feels really fucking stupid to do that, And it feels like You know why I think they canceled it? I think they were tired of them all wanting to try and put their input into it. I think they said, fuck it. Let's just make a new character. Let's just take this character and make a spinoff. Which I'm going to tell you right now, that's not happening. There's too much backlash on this. And on these producers now. No one's going to want to work with them. Yeah. I'll tell you that right now. I have a theory. I don't know if it'll happen, but I have a theory. This is what I hope happens. But I don't think it will too, because the producers, since they own the rights to it, I literally do not think it will happen because they'll be petty as shit. But my theory is that, sorry, my throat, Jesus Christ. It's like the devil went down it, man. They came from your background to mine.
The devil made you do it.
Yeah. You know what I mean. Me do. No, really. I think Netflix might end up buying him out on the franchise and bringing it back, and then having the cast and having the crew and really much be a big part of the production. That, again, that's very much hopefulness, but the more idealist in me is saying they're going to be petty from this, but they're never going to make that spinoff. That spinoff will not be made. And nothing against the actress.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it'll happen. But I love Simu. I think he's phenomenal. And the fact that friends of mine who, I feel like Kim's Convenience is a pretty underrated show. Not a lot of people watch it, but general public going audience, when you talk to them, you don't expect them to say Kim's Convenience. I'm not shitting you, Ren. My cousins, random friends. I have one friend who posted his whole thing on Snapchat, all of his tweets. And I replied back to her and I was like, it's terrible. And she goes, I don't get how you end just a show, how you just get up and
Mm.
go. Again, I really do feel like it's the producers going, fuck you guys. We don't want your input. So we'll go make a new
Yeah.
show with a popular character, and that's what people will go watch.
Yeah, it just comes across as pure, unadulterated malice. The show was a success critically for audiences. It had incredible ratings. Everyone discovering it on Netflix around the world loved it. I have yet to see, and totally fine if you don't like the show. I'm just saying I am yet to see someone who doesn't like the show. Someone who has checked it out and was like, not for me. Everyone I know that watches this show absolutely loves this show. And what's up with that BS of Simu being too Hollywood? Are you insane? Use it. This dude is in a Marvel movie. How are you not bragging that you have him on your show, especially with him saying, I love this show. I don't want to go anywhere. Let's make it work. He's pushing for you to make it work. How come your actor is the one pushing for the show to continue? That your entire cast of actors is pushing for the show to continue, and not, why wouldn't you? Because this is, let's go to the source of the all, Zach. Why wouldn't them as producers? Why don't you want to make more money? You're insane.
Yeah.
You're
I think
insane.
it's a petty thing. They just didn't want to do it because of the cast, and that's what it makes me feel like. Because it seems like they all have ideas, they all want to share. And as Bruna says, I'm probably in Jinyu, who plays Uma, Jinyu, who plays Uma, is a fucking writer. Why wouldn't you? Because look at this. This is something I look at. The Office. Take The Office's perspective. A majority of the cast writes in the fucking episodes. A majority of them do. Or have input. Parks and Rec, same thing. Community, same thing. This thing, a lot of sitcoms work because your actors can give input and you take that input, or you listen to the fans. Friends is a big way. Friends was a big way of people, of the producers and the writers looking and listening to the fans of going, oh, they really like Rachel and Chandler, or not Rachel and Chandler, Monica and Chandler. Let's do it. Let's keep them together. Mm-hmm. And that's a smart choice. This is, again, a fucking stupid choice. And it is still absolutely baffling. It's baffling. But you know what? What's going to happen is all these stars are going to get locked up, synced. I think it would be funny if Netflix is like, let's hire them all, have them create their own show, and kind of just make it its own convenience, but fuck you, something of that nature.
Yeah,
call it.
I think as we go along, as we find out more stuff, it just becomes worse and worse and worse. And this, as much as I sent Netflix's decision about Jupiter's Legacy to the dungeon, this is even worse. This goes to the dungeon. This doesn't get an audience. This straight in there, no food, no water, no key, goodbye. Zach, what's your verdict?
I've never said this rating before, and I might never say it again.
New rating.
But, in like medieval times, there's a dungeon, right?
Yes.
But I'm sending the producers to a faraway land that opens a portal to darkness. And when they walk through the darkness, a dragon grabs them all and eats them right in front of the cast and crew. Celebrate, and as they celebrate, and the rights go back to them. It's a new rating. It's called Fuck 'em.
Fuck 'em.
Very execution.
Very well said.
Execution. Off with their heads.
Off with their heads, indeed. All right, let's move on to our third topic. Something really quick to talk about, but we got our first look at Shazam Fury of the Gods, ladies and gentlemen, with an upgraded Shazam costume. There he is, Zachary Levi in all his glory, shared by Zach Pope himself. Zach, I wasn't the biggest fan of the original Shazam. You know that.
I'm a big fan of the original Shazam.
weirdly enough, me, the superhero guy, did not care for the superhero part of that film, but I think the family parts worked really well. The family drama, the family comedy, all of that. This costume is such an upgrade from the original. I did not care. It wasn't the worst comic book costume we've ever seen. Let me make that clear.
Better.
I'm not saying
It looked better in the movie than it did from the set photos.
Yes. So, and by that regard, this one already looks okay. This is just a set photo, no visual effects, no nothing. This is going to look so fucking cool in the movie. I love this suit. Doesn't seem like Zachary Levi needed help to look buff. He just looks buff by himself. It's skin tight. It's got a lot of gold, bright reds, like a real superhero costume, which I think they could make part of the story. That
I like
his
the
previous
gauntlets.
costume.
I like the gauntlets
Yes.
more on this one.
The gauntlets are great.
Takeaway.
I like the smaller lightning, not going like across, because it makes his torso look small in the first one.
I will say, I think from the angle that this photo's taken, it looks small, but I feel like it's gonna look fine in the film, if that makes sense. Like, it's taken from up above, where I feel like if you're looking at it straight away, it looks fine. I like it. I like the first one's costume, but this is like upgrade, huge upgrade. I'm curious to see how the cape looks.
Yeah,
still.
The cape. I'm thinking it's gonna look the same because it's probably gonna be CGI.
David posted
That's why it's not there.
the test photo. The
costume,
which
small
is funny. He
something.
did that because I remember he came out and talked about that original set photo like right out. He's very engaged.
Oh, okay.
He's engaged with social media.
He
He knows what's going on, man. So I'm excited. The only thing that makes me sad is, and this is for the future, is that DC films are just never promised, man.
Yeah. True.
And man, Shazam. I think Shazam 2 is gonna do really good, better than the first movie. I was surprised it even got a sequel. I was so nervous because the first one only made like 300.
Yeah, it didn't make a lot,
but it was made on such a small budget, and it is their highest rated Rotten Tomatoes film. I think besides I think it's the second one now because of Wonder Woman. I don't remember. But anyways, it's like top tier. You know what I mean? You don't make well, I don't know. They didn't do one to Birds of Prey, but anyways, you don't do one, when you get that much. So I'm excited. I love Zachary Levi. He's literally
awesome.
Dude, I'm not joking. My favorite show besides Breaking Bad is Chuck. When he showed up in there, I love him in Chuck. It's so much enjoyable. I watch that show once a year. Anytime I'm feeling depressed, I watch the damn show. It is so fucking awesome. And if I find the video, I have to find it. I did a lot. The second he was announced, I hopped on my live stream with like my 300 followers, and I started crying on fucking screen, dude. I'm about to cry right now. I fucking love Zachary Levi, and he's one of my favorite actors working. This guy deserves everything. And I remember listening to one of his interviews where he said that he almost killed himself when his career was really going nowhere. He was just super depressed, had nowhere to go. And the producers called him in for Shazam, and he goes, "Oh, I'll audition as the dad or the adoptive father." And they go, "No, we want you for Shazam." And he goes, "No, I want to do that." And so they auditioned him as that, and then called him back in and said, "No, you need to audition as Shazam. Everything you did is what we want for Shazam." And they finally talked him into doing it, and he got the role. That's just awesome to me because do you know what other role he was right up for?
Hang on. Was it? No, it wasn't Star-Lord because he already was in the MCU.
No, it was Star-Lord.
Okay.
It was Star-Lord, and he was up for Ant-Man too. Which is funny.
Nice.
It was
both those really
fucking
well.
What's his face? Joseph Gordon-Levitt was also up for both of those. So I don't know, man. I love this. I would get emotional talking about it. I see Bruno says I will die for Zachary Levi. I would die as well for him. He's such a good actor. He's such a good actor.
He is.
And he's so charming.
I wouldn't die for him, but I'm really hoping to like this one. I'm a big fan of him. I'm a big fan of David F. Sandberg. So despite having not liked the first one too much, I really want this one to work. I'm very excited to see what comes out of this. So as far as the costume is concerned, Seems like an upgrade in every regard, so I'm knighting it. How about you, Zach?
Big night, man. I love the
All
costume.
right.
I still am a little iffy on the villains. I would have rather seen Mr. Mind, but let's see where this goes.
All right, let's go to our penultimate topic, ladies and gentlemen, before we rank our top 5 most anticipated movies of the summer. And before we get started on that, if you want to share your top 5, leave it for when we start the live questions, just so we don't get lost in those and have to finish in those because we don't have more time. But our penultimate topic has been another great addition to the John Wick franchise, because John Wick 4 has officially cast the incredible, the Ip Man himself, Zach. Donnie Yen is joining the John Wick franchise. And at this point, I don't care if it's a team up, I don't care if he's the villain, we're going to see them fight, because they're not going to cast Donnie Yen and not having him cross paths with John Wick and not fight at all. So this already is a promising casting. I love this franchise. I was already excited for number 4, number 5. Now all we need is to get Hiroyuki Sanada somewhere in there. I don't care how you have to fit him in. Zach, Ip Man, Donnie Yen has joined John Wick. How are you feeling about this?
Take my money. Take my money. Take my motherfucking money, man. I'm really excited about this. I'm really,
who do you think he plays? Do you think he plays like an ally, someone like?
Nah, they're gonna fight. They're gonna fight.
Villain.
Yeah, they're gonna fight.
Yeah.
I think because we don't really know where the story is going per se in this one. Something tells me though they're fighting. I think he's gonna be like one of the main assassins or like the main.
Even if they turn out to be allies, it'd be a fucking waste not to have them fight like at the beginning at least.
Maybe there's someone at the tippity top, and it's Donnie Yen.
He belongs to the
Donnie
high table.
Yen. Maybe because he's going after the high table in this one.
Yeah,
so maybe he's the leader, like the main high table person.
I don't think he's the main guy because we already have a 5 confirmed. So I'm guessing we're leaving whoever the main guy of the high table, or a girl, or a woman, could be a lady. I think they would leave that person to the 5th one. But this is every positive thing you can think of. Like, add all these. I want to see Iko Uwais in this. I want to see Hiroyuki Sanada. I want to see Joe Taslim. Talsim, I apologize. More martial arts, please. More martial arts for this movie, please.
Please.
All right, I'm not in this. Zach. How about you?
Knighting it, 100%. Donnie Yen, man. Give me it all day
long. Alrighty then. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to our main topic. Our top 5 most anticipated movies for the summer. And just to give you a little preview, whenever we do our first July show, we're going to rank our top 10 movies for the rest of the year. Now, before we start, here's how this is going to work. We're going to have 1 honorable mention each. I'm going to rank my 5 to 4. Zach is going to rank his 5 to 4. Then I'll rank my 3 and 2. Then Zach will rank his 3 and 2. And then I do my 1. Zach does his 1. And let me just add this asterisk before we start. In the Heights will not be on my list only because I'm seeing it Tuesday. And because it would age immediately because I'm seeing it Tuesday. So immediately on Tuesday it gets off this list because I've seen it. It will not be on this list.
Can I add an asterisk on my side? I'm not doing any June films. So Luca, I've already seen it in the Heights, and Fast and Furious 9 are not going to be in here.
Okay.
If I knew I wasn't seeing them so soon, I wouldn't. I would have put them in here. But the fact that I'm seeing them soon, I want to leave it open and maybe open your guys up to a couple other films and remind you guys.
All right. I have June movies on mine. I mean, one June movie. But yeah. So let me start with my honorable mention. A new trailer just came out for this week, and despite not having seen it, I really want to see Jungle Cruise, dude. I really want to see that movie. I didn't see the new
trailer. I didn't watch it.
So that is my honorable mention. I'm excited for that. I want this pulp adventure with the always charismatic The Rock and the always charming Emily Blunt. That's why I watched The Devil
Yeah.
Wears Prada yesterday, because it had been too long since I saw Emily Blunt on screen. So my honorable mention, Jungle Cruise. Number 5 for me is another trailer that just came out this week, Reminiscence, coming from Warner Brothers, from the mind of Lisa Joy, wife to Jonathan Nolan, one of the showrunners, one of the writers, one of the directors of Westworld, probably the best TV show that is going on today. This looks like a mix between Inception meets Predestination. The one thing that holds, or at least at the moment is holding this one back for me, is that right now, from the one trailer alone, it could be one of two things. It can either be an Inception spectacle, or it can turn out to be a Transcendence type of movie. Those are the two things that came to my mind. But the look of it, this poster giving me noir Blade Runner vibes, coming from the Nolan bloodline, I'm excited for this. It's got Hugh Jackman, one of my favorite actors, Rebecca Ferguson, one of the most incredible actresses working today. So this is very, very exciting. At my number 4, coming out in August, will be, let me bring it up, please. It is James Gunn's first venture into DC with The Suicide Squad. I haven't seen the second trailer for this. I've only seen that first one that you have my reaction for it on the channel.
It's the exact same.
I haven't seen the one that came out in theaters. I have it downloaded to use the clips for whenever I review, but I have not seen it.
Did you see James Gunn's tweet this week about the toys?
Yes.
Someone goes, "Oh, so they spoiled who's gonna survive." He goes, "You guys are all dumb." That the more and more, dude, King Shark's gonna die, and I'm gonna fucking be pissed. That's all I know.
This looks like the injection of irreverence that the DCU needs, and with James Gunn to help, I couldn't be more excited for a Suicide Squad movie. So count me in. How about you, Zach? Give us your honorable mention, your 5 and your 4.
Can I cheat? I gotta cheat.
Well, depends on what that means.
I have a couple honorable mentions. I couldn't do just
okay.
one.
That's fine.
Okay, so I do want to have one. It's not on my list because I've already seen the film. It's 9 Days. 9 Days comes out in July. It's the best. It's one of the best films I saw this year or last year. It's fucking phenomenal. You all should see it. If you look, like, literally, yeah, please, God. My number 7, Black Widow. I'm really excited for it. I just want to fucking see it at this point. I'm so done. Just show me the fucking film. Jungle Cruise also would be somewhere in there. Pretty excited for that one. But my number 6, this is my actual honorable mention. Like, if I had to only choose one, I would have gone with this. Old. It's one of my most anticipated films for the year. I love M. Night Shyamalan, but it's always a hit or miss, my friend. More misses, and sadly, but I always love his mind. Like, I love his ideas and minds. So please be good. That's all I'll say. I really, Jesus Christ, be fucking good, please. So, but now we're going to my number 5, right? Reminiscent as well. Doing the same thing as you. My exact thoughts. I almost put it at my number 2, and then I thought about it. I'm like, wait, I do not want to look back and be like, I was the guy that put it super high, and it turned out to be a Transcendence. Now, I can't say much about it. I know people who have seen the film, so I'll just say that. So I've heard a lot of good things about the movie, not just from the trailer, but just in general. I love Lisa Joy's mind. I do wish Jonathan Nolan was working on the film, but I do think it's cool that it's just her that's working on the film entirely. I need another Hugh Jackman venture, you know?
Yes.
But what I will say is I do think this trailer, while selling the film pretty good, everyone I talked to that was like a general, like I would just like my girlfriend didn't like the trailer, but my parents didn't like the trailer. And some of my friends who saw my trailer reaction were like, I just thought it was I'm like, really? I thought it was fucking great. So I'm really excited for this movie. I'm really excited. I hope it's different enough from Westworld and all that sorts of stuff. But again, hopefully it's not another Transcendence. My number
All right.
4, Ren, Shang-Chi.
Mm-hmm.
That
All
trailer
right.
blew me away. And I am so excited for that movie. It just looks to be an awesome summer blockbuster that I just want to see. We need more kung fu films, man. And this just scratch that itch, So I'm excited to see Simu, the entire cast, and then just
You know what? Put Simu Liu on John Wick 5.
Yeah, that would be cool. But I really hope this film does good. I know Black Widow's gonna do good. I assume Shang-Chi will be doing good. I think on a regular year, though, this film would have been on the level of Black Panther, like $1 billion.
Okay.
Because of that diversity and stuff like that. I think it deserves that. So, yeah, that's
Zach,
my number 4, man.
Address this, please.
Shang-Chi is September, though. So, summer ends September 22nd. That's where I'm going.
That's why I didn't have Shang-Chi on my. He would have been an honorable mention though, but fair enough for you to ask, Chico VP. Just wanted to address that. All right, let's go to my number 3, and my number 3 is also a Marvel movie coming out in the summer. And since I just said it wasn't Shang-Chi, Black Widow. Black Widow, I'm super excited about. Guys, by the time it finally comes out, it will almost have been 2 fucking years since our last MCU film.
No, I thought it was 2 years because it's July now. I thought it was the week after Far From Home.
It's July, but when did Far From Home exactly come out? That's the thing. Far From Home, it's here. Hang on.
I got it. I
have it.
I have it. July 2nd, so it is 2 years.
July. It will be over 2 years since our last MCU movie. So I'm incredibly excited for this. I love Scarlett Johansson, period. I love her as Black Widow. I love the Black Widow character. We're bringing Florence. Florence Pugh is coming to the MCU. Kate Shortland is directing it. If you guys have never seen Berlin Syndrome, fucking watch Berlin Syndrome because it's great. It couldn't be any more different than Black Widow, but it's a great movie starring the always underrated Teresa Palmer. So that's one to watch. At my number 2, we have a movie that I've been so tremendously excited for it. This is one of the most diverse, underrated actors working in Hollywood today, The Green Knight. I'm so incredibly looking forward to this. It's fantasy. It's medieval. It's directed by the guy. It looks insanely good. It's given to us by the guy who did A Ghost Story, which is one of the most beautiful movies you've ever seen. Pete's Dragon, which was better than the original.
Peter Pan film. The one reason I'm excited for Peter Pan. Yeah, he's doing the Disney Peter Pan film.
Everything about this movie is seemingly appealing to me specifically, so there's no way I'm not excited for this film.
Can I be honest?
At my number 2.
This looks to be A24's biggest film. Like on a scope.
Probably in terms of budget, yeah. For sure. So. All right, Zach, what's your 3 and 2?
My number 3 is Free Guy. I have been waiting for this movie ever since the trailer was announced, man.
I don't have the poster, so I can't bring it up.
It's okay. But I love Ryan Reynolds. I love a good Ryan Reynolds flick. But this idea, plus directed by Sean Levy, who directed Real Steel, fuck, man, take my money, dude. I am so excited for this movie. I was slightly hoping that it was going to show up on a streaming service last year, but it didn't, thankfully, because that shows me that I feel like Disney saw... That's why, like, this is the way I view it. Kingsman, Antlers, Free Guy, all those films that Disney has, because they were made before... It makes me go, they must feel really good on them, or really happy, which makes me really happy about Kingsman and Antlers, because I'm really excited about those, and I was kind of trepidatious about those. Free Guy just looks like a blast. It literally looks like Grand Theft Auto the movie, and I'm just all here for it. The fact that it's about an NPC realizing I'm a video game character, that's just funny, man. My number 2, that's what we're doing next, right? My number 2.
Yes.
My number 2 is James Gunn's Suicide Squad. It's my most
All right.
anticipated Marvel, or not Marvel film, but favorite,
Oh.
most anticipated comic book film besides, for the summer at least.
Mhm.
It's the biggest reason because I absolutely fucking hate the original Suicide Squad with a fucking passion, man. But I love James Gunn. He made my favorite Marvel film of all time. That is Guardians of the Galaxy. I love James Gunn as a director. And Suicide Squad, it was already in my top 10 of like the year, like most
Mhm.
anticipated. Then the trailer came out and I went, holy fucking shit. This looks awesome. King Shark, man, I love you. The second a hot toy comes out for you, I'm spending $300 to buy that.
It's cute that you think that King Shark will only be $300.
I know. He'll probably be like 500, 600. But
Yeah.
anyways, I will die on a hill for this. I've always liked the King Shark character. I've literally adored the character. And it's just, I love the look. I know everyone wanted to go the Hammerhead. I know that James Gunn talked about doing the Hammerhead. This just, take my money,
I
man.
prefer this one. I
I do
prefer
too.
this one.
But I like the cast overall. I
Yeah.
love that they're doing Ratcatcher. I love Harley's back in it. I love Polka Dot Man, and I just Starro being the villain. Like, you guys know, I'm so weird when it comes to like villains. I'm sad Fin Fang Doom ain't gonna be in Shang-Chi, but fuck it. Like, that would be, maybe one day we'll get a weird thing. Like, guys,
Polka Dot Man and Starro are the two of the biggest reasons to be excited for this film, because if not for James Gunn being the director, the trailer would present you these two characters and you'd be like, what the fuck? But
yeah.
because it's James Gunn, you're like, oh yes, this fits.
And then Bloodsport, dude. I've never cared for
Yes.
Bloodsport in my life. Idris Elba just looks awesome in the role. Rick Flag actually
Yeah.
looks pretty damn cool. The whole cast looks
Yeah.
great. The whole
Mhm.
cast looks great. I'm so
I agree.
excited to see this. It is a movie that I probably watch the trailer like almost once a day. Like, I wake up,
Wow.
I get my Snapple, I sit there, I watch the Batman trailer 3 times, and then maybe I'll throw the Suicide Squad trailer on to just get like me going. But I'm really, really excited for this.
All right, let's go to number one for me, and my number one is a movie that there's no way
Oh, I
nobody's
know.
excited.
Can I guess
for
it? I
this
know
one.
what it is.
I mean,
Luca. Yeah, I fucking knew it.
Luca. I literally clicked it as you.
Can I
as you
say?
asked
Can
to
I say
guess.
though? This would be my number one if I wasn't watching it soon. That's the only, like, this would have been my number one as well.
Fuck you, and I hope I'm watching it too soon.
I hope so too, man. I'm fingers crossing for you, man.
I know. I'm kidding you. I actually had a joke for my number one, but completely forgot to bring it up, so I'll do the joke afterwards. Luca, Pixar, beautiful looking. My favorite movie last year was Pixar. Pixar has been mostly killing it with their latest originals, and even their sequels are doing
I really
great.
don't want them. Here's the thing. I hope it's great. The last 3 years, 4 years, all my favorite films have been animated. Like, my number one, I'm like, okay, we just gotta stop putting out great animated films so I can like give it to something else for once. Because it was Toy Story 4, fucking Soul, and it's probably gonna be Luca now.
Well, it's been a while since my favorite movie of the year was an animated film, until obviously last year with Soul. Dude, I cannot wait for this film. Have not seen the second trailer, have not seen the clip they released yesterday, but the vistas, the characters look charming, the adventure looks meaningful. I'm all in as much as I can be for this. Zach, what is your number one?
You already said it's The Green Knight. I've been
Okay.
waiting for this movie for fucking ever. In fact, it's so sour in my fucking veins. I had a premiere ticket to go see this at South by Southwest. That didn't happen, man. And you know how hard those are to get? I was so excited.
I can imagine.
The world got shit on. I've been dying to see this movie. A Ghost Story. I think I own it. I hope the fuck. You ever think, like, do I own a movie and then you can't remember if you do because you own so
All
many
the fucking
goddamn shit?
time.
So I think I own a
And
Ghost Story. If I don't, I'm going to buy it today. But I love David Lowery as a director. The Green Knight, or
Yes.
the Ghost Story, I remember I went and saw in theaters. It was the only one in the theater, and I sat there and it was a dine-in theater, and I ordered some chicken nuggets, and I sat there and I ate them. All good while watching this depressing movie, and then sitting there watching her eat a pie for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, you should have ordered apple pie.
I should have. I loved it, and ever since then, I was like, whatever he does next, I'm down for. That last trailer,
which I haven't seen.
Holy shit! Holy shit! It looks phenomenal. I don't know what the story's about. I don't want to know what the story's about. I just know it looks absolutely insane. And A24 is going to have a great year too. Zola comes out this month, guys, and you guys should definitely check out Zola as well.
It's going to be at Sundance, London next month, and I'm definitely going to try and see that, Coda, and Mass. All at Sundance.
I hope you
London.
Get to see them. I hope you get to see them.
At least Mass. If I can see one, if I can only see one, I'll go for Mass for sure.
I'll definitely say see Mass because there's no release date. That's the number one one I would say you should go for, because Coda's coming out in September or August, and then
there is one. The joke won't work now, but I'm just going to say, I was going to trick you guys for my number one most anticipated movie of the summer as The Kissing Booth 3. Which I don't even know if it comes out this summer, but it should. Like, as shit as it is, it looks like a summer movie. So yeah, bad joke and failed joke attempt on my regard. So now let's move on to your live questions, and you guys know how this works. You can either just throw it in the chat, or if you want to /can, you can always donate through Super Chat or through the tip link in the description to support the channel while you ask us great questions and generate great conversations. All right, let's start with so we addressed No Quiet Place Part 2 spoilers. Tyler Van, I'm planning to watch some Studio Ghibli movies, and I was wondering, do you think it's better to watch them with subtitles or English subtitles? Always subtitles. Always go for the subtitles. Now, if you ever go back and rewatch them, I think it's a good thing if you want to try it out to check out the English dubs, because I know for a fact some of them are shits. I don't know like specifically which ones, because I myself either watch subtitles or the Portuguese dub. But I know for a fact that some of them had really crappy dubs.
I grew up with English dubs, so I'll say this, Tyler, the major films for studio, like Spirited Away, Howling's movie, all those are handled very well with the dub. Even the older ones, man. His very first film, Nagasaki.
Castle in the Sky.
No, Nagasaki. Castle in the Sky. Nausicaa. That's has a great English dub. So they do a pretty good job with them. It's just the smaller films I've noticed are the ones that don't. So.
Mm-hmm. Luis Feliciano asks, are you a fan of The Sopranos? If so, are you excited for the prequel movie, The Many Saints in Newark, that's coming out September? And when do you guys think we will get the trailer? Never seen The Sopranos, know all about it though. I'm curious about the prequel. I'm going to watch it because it is a prequel. Otherwise, if it was a sequel, I probably would have just shrugged it off because I have no time to watch the entire show before the movie comes out. When will we get a trailer? So it's coming out in September.
Probably August. That's what Warner Bros. Is doing.
Probably July or August, because when you put a movie on streaming, your marketing window becomes much smaller, so you want to strike very close to release date. So I'm thinking, like,
it's going in theaters too, though. That's a big thing.
I know. No. But I will say, like, the Conjuring trailer just came out in April. You know.
Dude, I'm kind of shocked we didn't get any big horror trailers this week, like a Candyman, a Halloween Kills.
Kills, yeah, I was expecting that. It's weird. I wouldn't expect it any earlier than July at best, but I'm thinking August we get the trailer. You agree, Zach?
Yes.
Alrighty. Dominici Scott, as much as I enjoy the first Shazam, I'm excited for this, but come on, where is my... Thank you. I asked that same question. Henry Cavill just got a plane to the States yesterday. I mean, at least he posted about it yesterday.
Do you think
it could be Shazam?
Shazam or Black Adam?
I think I
I think
think we
Black
have a
Adam.
better chance at Black Adam. Yes, I think we have a better chance at Black Adam.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Movie fan asks, "Are you too jealous that half the Suicide Squad cast already saw the movie?" No, not really. It makes
It makes
sense. I mean,
sense, yeah.
I would expect if I'm part of a cast at this point, I would have seen the movie. So no, good for them. And I'm always happy for Margot Robbie to see movies earlier. I'm always happy for Margot Robbie doing anything at all. So yeah. The always charming Emily Blunt minus Huntsman Winter's War, which I like that movie, so there's another unpopular opinion. Not great, but I like it. Jack Alexander, number 1, In the Heights, 2, Luca, 3, Suicide Squad, 4, Old, 5, The Green Knight, 6, The Beatles Get... I didn't know there was a Beatles movie coming up.
Yeah, it's
7,
Peter
9
Jackson,
Days.
I think. I think it's Peter Jackson.
Oh, okay. 8, Stillwater, 9, Shang-Chi, and 10, Stillwater. You're so excited for Stillwater, you have it at 2 places, my friend.
The premiere's
I haven't yet checked out the trailer for Stillwater. I know what it is, but
I'm only excited because it's from the director of Spotlight. That's the reason I'm excited.
That's the thing. It's been a while since he directed something. M. Chad asks, any hopes/predictions for E3 this year? I am absolutely not tapped into what is going on at E3. I'm never interested until I see something that does interest me coming out of it. So like in preview, I have completely no idea what's coming out there besides the Guardians of the Galaxy game, because Zach has shared a lot about it. But Zach, you're more tapped into that than I am. What are you excited about?
I mean, this is kind of one of the first years that not a lot is leaked. We'll see kind of this week before we head into it if more shit starts to leak out. Because Guardians is like the one thing we know is like probably like 95% showing there, which I think is cool. It's a game that's been rumored in development for quite a while. I'm excited to see what they do with it. I hope they've learned their mistake from Avengers, which I think has actually shaped itself up to be a pretty good game. The Hawkeye DLC was actually fucking great. And I'm really excited to see what they do with Black Panther and Spider-Man. But, you know, they lost a lot of their player base. And I think a Guardians of the Galaxy game needs to fucking come in and smash. I think if you can do the exact same, like the RPG element, but you really have to open it up. You have to do other things in there. And as a Guardians of the Galaxy game, I'm just curious how many characters you can actually use. You know, you use the main Guardians, but if you're going for that Avengers level type thing, we're going to see Iron Man. We're going to see an Agent Venom show up. You know, you're going to do those weird characters in there. So I'm excited to see what they do. I'm excited to see how the characters look. That's the big one for me. I hope they go more comic accurate because I do love the Star-Lord mask from the comics, and I do love Rocket and how he looks. Other than the Guardians of the Galaxy game, you know, give me Smash Brothers characters, man. This is my last. I'm gonna say it. Please, Crash Bandicoot. Please, Jesus Christ. I've been asking for a Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, or Conquer for my entire existence, and it's probably not gonna happen. And then any hopes? The only other big thing is I want, because Sony's not going, but I don't know if they're gonna do their own event, but Microsoft's going, and I really want to see a Gears of War 6 reveal. I want Microsoft to come and play. I'm a fan of every console. It doesn't. I'm not opposed to either or. I just want good games. That's when good games are coming out, then all gamers are thriving. I don't think there needs to be no console wars. So give me some new announcements and give me that Gears of War 6 announcement.
All right. Hizzy Hay says, number 1, Old. Number 2, The Suicide Squad. Number 3, Reminiscence. Number 4, Zola. And number 5, The Green Knight. Alrighty. Easy A also says, are people counting September as summer? Yes, because in terms of the season itself, summer ends in September 21st. That's the last day of summer. So if you want to change it, feel free to change it, my friend. And Zach, I got good news for you. According to Gico EP, Berlin Syndrome is on Netflix. So you know what? That's this week's movie for you guys to watch. It's Berlin Syndrome from the director of Black Widow, Kate Shortland. All right. Trailer Gamer, what about Zola? I didn't include it on my list because I'm not excited for Zola. I'm very curious to see it, but the trailer came out.
Can I tell you right now?
Not a fan of the trailer.
Can I tell you right now? If you like that movie, I will be fucking shocked. I will be absolutely shocked.
See, that's why it wasn't on my top 5.
Yeah,
I'm very curious, but not excited.
Know you, because obviously a lot of people do love the film. If I know you, you're gonna watch it and be like, "What the fuck was that?"
ooh,
I think you'll like the
here comes another unpopular
I think you'll like stuff like that, but I do not. I will be shocked if you like Zola. Sorry, won't
All
be
right.
shocked if you like it. I'll be shocked if you love it, like everyone
Okay.
else is.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Also, I don't know if you'll actually get it in summer, but Hosoda's Bell comes out in Japan in early July. Would it be my favorite if it had a date? Have you all seen any of Hosoda? Mamoru Hosoda? Yes, I've seen a lot of it. I didn't know his movie was coming out in summer. Over here, it would probably come out later in the year, but I will definitely be looking forward to that. So thank you for sharing, Hizihei. Ooh, we had a jump. I apologize. Here we are. Chat says number 5, Fast 9. Number 4, Free Guy. Number 3, Luca. Number 2, Black Widow. And number 1, The Suicide Squad. Is it sad that the only Studio Ghibli film I've seen is Spirited Away, says GKOP? No, it's not sad. I'm jealous because now you have a wonderful list of movies to watch for the first time.
There's really only one bad movie. There's one bad movie. There's one bad movie.
Which one is the bad one?
Wick.
Oh yeah, yeah. Don't. Whenever you do your list of Ghibli films to us, do not include.
It's the last one.
So. Yeah, it's the latest one. Don't. Oh boy. Jorge asks, "What do you guys want from this month? Movies, life. Movies. I want them all to be good. That's at least good, if not great. Of life, I want to be able to go back home for a little holiday without having to pay for fucking tests, because that's the only thing keeping me back right now. How about you, Zach?
You pay for your COVID tests?
Yes, even you have to test yourself, even if you don't have symptoms. Just you have to pay for tests.
No, but you have to pay for tests out there?
Oh yeah,
that's insane to me, dude. We don't pay. We don't out here. We don't fucking pay for tests. You just go to a site and get the test. That's fucking insane to me. That's insane. What do I want from this month? Ratchet and Clank to be awesome.
Oh, that's coming out this month.
Yeah. Movie wise, every movie I see, and life, please hit 20,000 subscribers.
All right. Yes, and I want to keep going up in terms of the subscriber count as well. Good shot, Zach. What is a sitcom people love that you just never got into or don't get the hype? For me, it's Friends. I don't think it's terrible, but I don't think the humor has aged that well. Good shout, GKOP. For me, it's... I would say Community, but I haven't given a fair chance to Community.
Yeah, you got to give it a couple episodes, yeah.
Parks and Rec, definitely for me. And I had another one. I was just thinking... It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Those two, I don't get it.
I'm with you on it. It's Sunny. I don't get it. I don't get it, Sunny. I don't get it at all. That's mine.
Do not get it. All right. Hot take. I enjoy the Pick Panther remake by... I didn't even know Sean Levy was the one that did that.
Same.
But I've also never seen it. So I don't know if I agree or disagree. But thank you for sharing, Tyler. GKOP, y'all gonna go to that Avengers campus one day, for sure. That's you know what? Let's go back to this question. That's what I want this month. I want to go to Avengers campus. Some way, somehow.
Did it open in Paris finally or no?
I think so.
Is it the exact same as California's or no?
It probably is. I've never been to California, so I don't know.
Well, actually, no, because you know what's cool? You know your Rock and Roller Coaster, right?
Yes.
You know that's not Rock and Roller. Well, they're changing it. It's going to be Iron Man.
I know, but it's still gonna be the same. It's just gonna be. It's just not themed. Gonna be Aerosmith themed.
That's cool.
Luis Feliciano, number 1, Eternals, though it's not in the summer. Number 2, Black Widow. Number 3, Many Saints of Newark. Number 4, Shang-Chi, and number 5, Spider-Man: No Way Home. Alrighty, thank you for sharing. Ooh, James the Man says, I have a feeling the Home Alone remake is coming to December this year, because there is an Untitled Disney live-action movie in December. I like the Disney remakes, mostly Aladdin, but I don't think they can pull off Home Alone. I don't even have any idea if this is already shot.
It's shot.
It's shot? Yeah. Okay, so there's a good chance James here might be right. So thank you for shouting,
exclusive, so
shouting that out. Yeah. All right. Trailer Gamer, are you seeing Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard? Yes, I am. I have an unlimited screening booked. I'm going to tell you in a sec when I am seeing it. Where is my calendar? Here it is. I am seeing it a week from now on Saturday. So, yeah, I'm very excited for it because I
I'm seeing
like
it.
the first one, and the trailer for this one was really good, surprisingly.
Yeah,
When
I'm
are you
seeing
seeing
it
it, Zach?
Tuesday.
Okay. You son of a
By
bitch.
the way,
Uh,
so it is in post production. The new Home Alone film. It is directed by
okay.
Dan Miser, who did Dirty Grandpa, which,
Oh,
but he wrote all of Ollie G and Borat um with Sacha Baron Cohen.
that's
But
really
he also
good.
like the film, so that's the
Yeah,
film was
sure.
written by Saturday Night Live writers.
All right. From watching the trailer and knowing the story, I agree with Zach. Rand, I'll be shocked if you like Zola. Well, the trailer doesn't look good. I mean, not that it doesn't look good. I see
Can
the
I just
trailer,
tell
I
you?
see the story, and I'm like, I see nothing appealing about this.
Can I tell
If
you
I
right
didn't
now?
know, let me
That
just say,
trailer sells the film.
if I didn't know the story before, but with your description, with Bruna's description, because she was very aware of like the Twitter thread,
Did you read
I would have gotten. No, I never read it, but Bruna gave me the gist of it. Like, this was a Twitter thread that started, and this is why and the how and who was involved. If I hadn't known that beforehand, watching the trailer, I wouldn't have gotten none of it. I would
Yeah,
have no idea
I
what was
don't
going
think the
on.
trailer's greatly made. I think I'll tell you this: the trailer shows how insane the fucking thing is. That's what it's
Yeah,
hectic. It's insane. It's madness. I mean, I when I walked out of the film, I'm like, that felt like the most hectic ghetto, not even ghetto, just gross fairy tale you'll watch.
yeah.
The way they make it's really really well directed, really good performances
All
too.
right.
I just know the story itself is going to be
All
iffy to
right.
everyone.
So apparently PCR tests, the lab tests, yes, we pay for it. Free flow tests are free, but we need the PCR test specifically to fly.
That's
So
insane.
that's why I still
That is
I
insane.
that's why I still don't know when I'm going home, because I can't afford it because they're stupidly expensive. Do you guys watch Toon Sandwich? Never even
Nope.
heard of it, my friend. If not, I think you guys might really like them, especially Super Showdown Bowl stuff. I'll check it out, but I never heard of it before. Jigglypuff. Zach, are you familiar with it at all?
Nah, if it's a YouTube channel, no, I don't know.
All right. Easy Hey, if you and Ren are transported into a summer release as main characters and the movie has to make close to the same money and critical public consensus, what movie do y'all insert yourself in? I want to go to Italy, so I'm going Luca on this. How about you, Zach?
It's a good question. Huh? You know? Fast and Furious 9. Why not?
All right. All right.
Not a great actor, so I could do it.
Luis Feliciano, do you like and buy Criterion Collection movies? If so, what movie or movies do you want to see Criterion get? I cannot answer the second question because I totally do not understand what the criteria is to get in Criterion. But I have a few Criterion movies. I have a Humphrey Bogart movie that I haven't seen, and I don't even remember the name. I have Marriage Story Criterion, The Irishman Criterion. I have Inside Llewyn Davis Criterion. It's a beautiful, beautiful cover. But I want to get more for sure, for sure. How about you, Zach? Do you have any? Do you
I have a
know
lot.
what the criteria is? What movies would you like to see in Criterion?
I don't really know how they get in or what does. Most Wes Anderson movies though, so I'm still waiting for Isle of Dogs to go on there because I have all his other
Yeah.
ones. But yeah, I have a lot. I mean, I can't really name off the top of my head. My favorite one I picked up recently though is Marriage Story. I really like the artwork and stuff like that. Same with Parasite. Movies I want, I want a lot of these streaming movies to get them, like Pieces of a Woman. I know One Night in Miami's getting one. I know
Nice.
Sound of
I'm
Metal's
getting that
getting
one
one.
for sure.
Same. But like for me, it's like there's certain movies that I'm like, I wish streaming would do that more. Like The Irishman, I love that one too. It's just like let's give them all one. Why are we being so stingy? Netflix, make your movies. Defy Bloods. Sorry, yeah, you know what? Defy Bloods.
Oh,
That's the one I
nice.
would do.
Nice. All right. Trailer Gamer says, "Are you excited for Space Jam 2: A New Legacy?" I'm curious. Not excited, unfortunately. How about you, Zach? You are excited. I think you love the trailer.
I'm excited. I just don't like LeBron, so
Okay. Um,
I'm only seeing it for the Looney Tunes.
the protagonist. Looking to start my own blog. Any tips? Number one, make sure you have your own voice. Never be pressured to agree with anyone. If you have an unpopular opinion, don't be afraid of it. Try to stand out. I know that's very vague, very general, but try to have a thing that's yours. Nobody else is really doing it, so try to capitalize on that. And number one, and this is probably, you're going to feel that this is very redundant, but it's the most important part, make sure you enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, it's not worth it to spend your time, energy on it. Zach, any tips?
You kind of took everything. But just start now. I mean, start looking into it now.
Yeah.
Don't be like, oh, I'll start next week. I'll start next week. I'll start. Because then you're never going to start. So I will also say this. If you're really wanting to get into this space, don't just do Letterboxd. Don't just make an Instagram. Don't just make a Twitter. You actually need to make your own website kind of blog.
Website.
Yeah, you can't. I've seen so many people where they're like, oh, I'm going to do a Letterboxd stuff. I can get this. Reps do not look at your letterbox. I mean, they do. They don't want to see you breaking embargo, but like they do not care what you're saying on there. You know, you could have 30,000 followers and they won't. Same with Instagram's a little bit different, but they do want to see that you actually have a site. So,
yeah, for sure. All right, GKOP. Guys, explain why Paw Patrol the movie is the movie to see and look forward to this summer. I have no idea. I received the press release for the trailer. I didn't watch the trailer. I'd never seen a single episode of Paw Patrol. I know it's dogs, there are policemen, and there are firefighters and nurses and whatever the fuck. But I totally not interested in Paw Patrol, so I couldn't convince you otherwise. I wish I could. I wish I could sit here and try to give you like a real explanation why Paw Patrol is going to win the Oscar next year. Not for Best Animated Picture, but for Best Picture. But I can't. I'm too unfamiliar with Paw Patrol. All right, Zach, how about you?
Don't ask me. Just don't ask me.
I love dogs. I love dogs.
Well, so I have a joke to say, but I'm not going to get into it. So,
ooh,
because it might come off, it might come off wrong to some people.
Tell me in the private chat. GKOP also says, "It's Always Sunny I can get. It does take time to get used to sticking with the characters that are unlikable. I think the show is hilarious." That's fair enough, man. That's fair enough. To me, it just fortunately didn't work. My bad. So no need to apologize, dude. You can share whatever you want. I just assumed you were sharing for the rest of the year, which is all fine too. Summer movies: number 1, Black Widow; number 2, Luca; number 3, Space Jam: A New Legacy; number 4, Shang-Chi; and number 5, F9. I'm going to just read in my head Zach's joke. Jesus. Yeah, leave that one between us. GKOP, what are movies you feel you're gonna like more than most coming out soon? From what I've heard about the people who have seen it, I'm still not convinced I will dislike F9. I still think there's a good chance I will enjoy it. From the little I've heard. But yeah. Zach, how about you?
I hope to God I like F9. You know, I love Fast and Furious. I love how stupid they get. For me, it's as long as they... I will say this. I'm mad I watched the first 2 trailers. Because from everything that I've heard, shows everything. And I'm just never going to watch a Fast and Furious trailer again. It's not even worth it. So
I watched the first one, and that was enough, because that was a
but what movies? Probably Paw Patrol.
Ah, all right. Heezy, hey, thank you for the
clarification
on what makes a Criterion.
A Criterion collection.
The aim for Criterion is to preserve movies that don't have a physical or Blu-ray release. It used to be for older and smaller films, but because streaming doesn't do physical, they start picking up those too. Good. Then give me a Criterion release for the Daredevil Season 3. That's all I ask. If that's what it takes. Give me
Yeah.
it. All right. Trailer Gamer, are you seeing F9 in theaters? Hell fucking yeah. No other way to see it. Hell fucking yeah.
I mean,
All
if you
right.
watched it on your iPhone, it would be pretty cool too. Dude, I was talking to my friend this week, and he goes, "Dude,
Mhm.
I loved Zack Snyder's Justice League." I was like, "Dude, same here." And he goes, "Like, yeah, I watched it on my phone at work." Dude, I literally, I stopped, and I just was like, God.
Ah, some people.
He goes, and I was
Some
like,
people.
why didn't you watch it on TV? You know?
Yeah.
He goes, well,
All
it's 4
right.
hours. I don't have 4 hours time. I'm like, watch it in increments. I don't give a fuck.
It's not 4 hours.
But why did you watch it on your phone? Why did you watch? Why? Why did you watch it on your phone?
It's always the worst possible way to watch it.
And
It's
then,
on your
dude, he
phone.
tells me he watched Godzilla versus Kong on his phone too.
Oh Christ! Just end your friendship with that person. Jigo PS, what are movies you disagree with friends and family on?
Oh,
Ooh,
easy. My
friends.
girlfriend who's watching this right now, fucking Hereditary. We disagree on it every
Oh.
goddamn day. So,
I have my two friends who are now my housemates, so they're downstairs. One of them is watching the show right now. They didn't like at all Phantom Thread, so
good,
there's that.
good, good, good.
And as much as it pains me to say this, I actually want to see Zach's reaction to this, so I need to bring him back. My family, well, my sister specifically, but my parents don't feel strongly about it either for some reason. La La Land. They did not care for La La Land, and I'm
You
like,
know
I
what's
need to
funny?
be adopted by
You
another
want me to tell
family.
you? My family
Mm.
liked Cats more than La La Land,
Oh
and I think I,
Jesus.
yeah, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating. My sister bought well, I bought the film for my sister because she wanted it, and I said I want to do a video of Deadpool unboxing Cats, and I did. Yeah. You know,
I don't
guys,
even know how
let's
to
take
move
three
on
more
from that.
questions and then we're done. How about that? That just killed everything. Just three
No,
great
no, no.
five great
Let,
questions. How's that? Five great questions.
James the Man, is it just me or does Luca look like Pixar's remake of Lua? I see
Right.
none of that.
None.
Respectfully disagreeing, my friend, but I see none of that. Like, creatures from the sea, but they're not really mermaids at all. So I really don't see it. So I have to respectfully disagree on that one. Zach, this is for you because it's certainly not for me. Are you excited for the iCarly revival coming?
Absolutely. I hope it's good.
All right. I know nothing about iCarly. It wasn't a thing where I'm from. And if it was way past my time. So, nope. Studio Ghibli or Pixar? It's tough, but because it's tough, I have to think about which one of them has produced the best single movie out of their whole library. So I gotta go Pixar. How about you, Zach?
Pixar is my favorite movie studio of all time.
Alrighty. Brunas, are you excited for Annette?
Yes.
Very
Holy
much
shit,
so.
yes.
Don't know when I'll be watching it, but I'm very excited for it. Um, Luis Feliciano, any thoughts on Todd Phillips writing the script for for Joker 2? Don't do it.
It's not even confirmed. I know a lot of
Yeah.
people, but it's not confirmed that he did. Everyone ran with it and it was never confirmed.
Alrighty. Drew Vasher asks, if you had to remake one of your favorite movies with a total different cast and director, which one would it
Good
be?
question.
I know exactly what I'm going to answer. Zach, do you have your answer?
No, you go first. I gotta think.
Casablanca. I think Casablanca could work very well in modern times. Well, not in modern times, because you have to find a good like world conflict for the background and all that. But it could very well work with a new version. Not to completely erase the original because it's fucking perfect. It's fucking amazing. One of my top 10 movies of all time, Casablanca. But I think a new version would be very welcoming. How about you, Zach?
I don't have one. But
All right, that's okay.
if I were to do one, American Psycho is one of my favorite horror films. I would change the director, and I would make the director Jennifer Kent, and I would change it to be a girl
Ooh.
instead of a guy.
All right, all right. That's really interesting. Um, Sorry, but the main character is called Woodcock. Can you blame us? Yes, I can. How do you not like a movie where the main character is named Woodcock? That's the greatest
Hey,
name
Bruna,
of all
let's
time.
how about that's Ren's name now? It's not Ren anymore.
Well, thank you for calling me Woodcock.
All right, Mr.
Um,
Woodcock.
It's made of wood.
I wish that film was good.
It is. You have to win an Oscar with a film you're producing. What one director and one actor do you choose? Christopher Nolan, Ryan Gosling.
Nice.
I still want to see them working together, man.
Same. You have to win an Oscar. Denis, no, because Denis not. Inarritu and
Ooh.
Chris Evans.
Oh, nice combo.
Yeah, let's do that. His new film comes out this year.
Iñárritus?
Yeah, he's a new one.
Oh, okay, nice. Drew Vasher, Blade Runner 2049 or Mad Max Fury Road? Easy for me, Blade Runner, no contest. It's not even close.
If I had children, that would be asking me what is my favorite child. I refuse to answer that question.
It's Blade Runner for him too.
They're separate films to me.
It's Blade Runner for him too. Early Best Picture predictions. It's tough, man, because look, we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, but anything can still happen. So who knows? 2 weeks from now, the world has gone back to shit, and movies are getting delayed again. But I'm going with, off the top of my head, Being the Ricardos, being directed and written by Aaron Sorkin, starring Kate Blanchett, Javier Bardem.
That's this year? What the fuck? Oh, okay. Honestly, I got a couple Eternals.
All right.
West Side, In the Heights, I think I'll have a chance. And Annette, the one that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, nice. Where Woodcock Ignis is my name. So next week, you guys remember for me to change my name on the stream. Another hot take. I liked Mad Max 2 quite a bit more than Fury Road. I agree with that. I like the second Mad Max better. I think it's the best Mad Max movie, for sure. Zach, do you agree? Disagree?
Nah, Fury Road's the best one.
Okay.
I like them all.
Network 98. Zach and Ren. What if Taco Bell made a movie? They would make a movie, and would be just as shit as their food. Gico EP. Is it weird that Craig Gillespie, the director of Cruella, I, Tonya, and Lars and the Real Girl, very underrated movie. If you guys haven't seen Lars and the Real Girl, it's really good. Also did Mr. Woodcock with Billy Bob. I didn't even know there was a film called that.
There is.
I am not familiar.
Not great.
All right, last two questions. Drew Vasher, most iconic superhero moment in movies? How is it not Portals?
Yeah, I was about to
Portals,
say.
period.
How about this though? Let's do top three, and only one can be from the Marvel universe, and the other ones have to be from other superheroes.
Because I was gonna say, if it wasn't Portals, it's the 360 shot in the first Avengers, where they're all lined up in a circle. Mm-hmm. So if only one of them can be Marvel, sure, let's go with Portals. First Flight in Man of Steel.
That's a good one,
yeah. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, The Leap of Faith.
So I was about to say Leap of Faith, but you took that from me. So the other one I'll do is Spider-Man 2.
You can do the same.
Holding the train.
Nice.
So
Nice.
Another one though, I would also say is Logan.
The
whole film. The whole fucking film. The whole film. So,
but if you had to pick one moment for the film,
definitely.
All right. I am not going to be able to answer this question because I know something, but
are you talking about cans? Yeah, I can't either because we can't
I've told you.
One. Yeah. Well, and plus I'm not versed on what else is playing there. I'm not
Yeah, I
versed at
know
all.
Annette is playing, but that's really it. So I'm going with Annette. I'm going with that one thing that I'm super excited for it to be at Ken because it's so not fitting for Ken. I'm like, okay, let's
You know
do it.
what's weird though? Uh, after, well, I'll say it because other films that premiered there. I didn't know Solo or Revenge of the Sith and Shrek also premiered there.
Really?
Yes, Solo, Revenge of the
Wait,
Sith, and
Solo: A
Shrek.
Star Wars Story
Yes,
premiered in Cannes?
yes,
How
yes.
did I not know this?
I didn't know that either until someone told me. So
Huh.
yeah,
Okay.
weird. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, that is it for this week's Geeks of the Roundtable, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much to everyone for joining us. Thank you so much for your questions, not only because you were here with us, you were engaging with each other, and you gave us great things to talk about. Zach, what do you have coming up this week, and where can people find you online?
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for clicking on this. It was a blast to talk to you. So I have my Mass Effect video went up this morning.
Yes, at the beginning
That's
of
a
the show.
thing. Yes, that's a thing. I think. Yeah, 44 views. Fuck yeah! Thanks everyone for watching that. All my 4 hours of watching that. So definitely go watch that. And that's pretty fucking disappointing. I don't know what I have. Bad Batch for sure. I feel like I have a ranking this week. I don't know. We'll find out. Just more movie content.
All right. I have In the Heights review coming on Tuesday. I might have other things coming out along the week. I will have the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard review on Saturday, up on Saturday. So look forward to that. And yeah, it seems like a slow week, but there might be more things. I still have to give you guys my Synchronic movie review. And guys, the first ever, the start of a brand new series is up right now on the channel as I uploaded my first fan casting video. I did the MCU Fantastic Four, so go check it out. Go supporting if you want to see more fan casting videos. Tell me what other fan casting videos you guys want to see, and yeah. That's it. Remember, you can find us on every link we have in the description. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. It does wonders to get the content out there. Make sure to invite your friends if they're still not watching the best movie show on the planet right here, Geeks of the Round Table. We'll see you in the next one. And so until then, love each other